This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
And this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about.
We're talking about Manchester United.
Big up, people. Sorry for being like half an hour late, I suppose. Ran over, all of that stuff. You probably saw what that was, but I ain't getting baited into all of that stuff. I can't be bothered. It's just long, innit? But anyways, Man United fixture list come out. I'm going to say some mad shit. I'm going to say some mad shit. All right, United's fixtures are a little bit testing. Let's say that. Man United's fixtures are a little bit testing. I think I see someone already say this is like a make or break slightly for Ruben Amorim already. And it could get dark. It could get real dark, or it could change everything within the fan base. You know, all it takes is a first win at Old Trafford against Arsenal. If there's not a way to show support or get, like, do you know what I mean, or get the fans on side that have doubted you, this is the time. You know, if you're gonna go and get the players that you said that you're gonna go and get, and maybe United's not rating at the moment with Arsenal, who knows? Arsenal got a couple signings in the bag, innit? They got a couple signings in the bag for sure. And we don't know who we're going to get either. So it can go two ways. But it's been quite tight at Old Trafford. And we got to say that, you know, a lot of United fans would say a 0-0 draw is fine against Arsenal. But I'm going to be honest. If you're an Arsenal fan in here, you're coming here to win, innit? You're going to come to Old Trafford. Am I right about that? You lot are going to come here to win. Same way I'm looking at it right now. If United want to go up a gear and be taken serious once again, these are fixtures you need to be winning. This is a must-win game. There's no taking a draw. It's the first game in the sunshine, more than likely, in August. I think is it the 15th? I think it's the 15th, right? Or is it the 17th? It's going to be a Super Sunday. Let's be real. I'm going to look to go to that game myself. There's no way I'm going to sit at home and watch that on TV when I can watch that live. I'm not joking. I need to be there myself, so I'm going to definitely be looking at my tickets very soon. I'm pretty sure tickets should be out. You know what? They should be out very soon, to be fair. They might even be out in the... When are the tickets out? I'm gonna have a little look at it. There might be a ballot. I usually get picked for the ballot. So yeah, it's gonna be difficult, but it's a must win. Like, if you're gonna go get everything that you need, maybe 3-4 signings indoor by that time, you'd like to think pretty much all of the business should and would be done. This is it. No more excuses for pretty much anyone. That's the way I look at it. You know, and we're going to talk about the other fixtures because it's not easy. I would say United's hardest, it's probably United's hardest start to the Premier League in years as well. But you know what, man? Like, what's that saying? Pressure makes diamonds. Is that correct? Is that the right saying? Is that the right saying? Have you seen the hiked up ticket prices? I don't care about the price. Go, just get me my ticket in it. But that's the way I'm looking at it. So it's a must-win game because it's all about the momentum shift. You know, the next fixture, you know, let me go get that up as well. Man United fixtures. Let me see. Man United fixtures. All right, cool. After Arsenal, we have got Fulham away. And that's a bogey in itself, isn't it? Ooh. That's a bogey in itself. Yeah, love. I can't. That's kind of made my left, but that's made my head go left a little bit. Fulham away so soon. You know what? You trust United to probably beat Arsenal, yeah. Let's say that, and then probably go and draw against someone like Fulham, let alone lose. But yeah, another in goal. Arsenal will win. That's the biggest. That's the difficult one, isn't it? That's the real difficult one. And hopefully no one gets injured and it's a good game. But going against Arsenal, you got an attack. You're meant to have a brand new attack. You're meant to have maybe a new goalkeeper. I don't. You know what? This whole Onana thing staying, maybe going. I don't know if I want to look into that too much yet, because United are too focused pretty much on a striker, a midfielder maybe as well. Them links are coming out slowly but surely. So yeah, I'd like to think that might get sorted potentially towards the end of the window, but maybe not before Man United. And even a second goalie. Let's be real. You know, when AFCON comes up, and let's say Onana might be our, first goalie. Yeah, we can't have Biyinde as the backup, because the 6 fixtures that we've got in December is bar half of them, not the point, but bar half of them was Villa, I think Manchester City at home, and I think it might be Chelsea, right? I think it might be them. It could be somebody totally different. There's no way we can be rocking up having Biyinde as our second choice goalie. I saw a link that he's been offered apparently to another Turkish side, but allegedly he's not really keen on moving back there. He might want to stay in Europe, might want to test his abilities. But for me, if Amram's really about that life and his players are as good as what we think they are, whoever comes through and the team looks a little bit more solid. Remember, this is 1 game a week. I know it's only the start, and Arsenal ain't gonna have no Champions Leagues or anything along them lines. You got to go and make a statement. This is the biggest statement of, I would say, Ruben Amorim's career. Bar the whole thing with Sporting. If you want to make your name in like renowned in football more than the next, you got to be Arteta. Because one, you already know the meltdown that will be incoming from that fan base. You think that fan base is going to take a draw at Old Trafford? A lot of them, considering the pressure that Arteta is under. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be difficult. Bruno Nagati and a pivot dead. I don't think that's going to be the pivot. So yeah, a lot of you don't even like Amorim and don't believe in him. But that's why I say this is a statement. If he goes and beats Arsenal, a lot of you won't be calling him a fraud. That's my belief. And then anyone that's going to be in here, if he goes and wins the next game, you lot are going to shut the fuck up. And that's how it should be, by the way. That's how it should be. Because it don't matter if you're doubting him at the moment. There's big reasons too. Come on, we finished 17th, right? And obviously, people like me think it's more of a quality issue rather than a managerial issue, right? But for me, it's like he goes and wins your first 2 games, and then before you know it, the next fixture, mate, who we got after that? Is it we got Burnley, which is a good next momentum part. Then you got Man City. If you go out there and you go and recall 10 points out of that, you're off to a great start. But we haven't seen back-to-back wins under this manager, let alone last season. That's the biggest obstacle. It's probably pretty much. I know we like to look at the 6 fixtures. I done that last stream. I'm doing that this stream as well. But it's got to be like 1 game at a time, isn't it? Trying to get too ahead of ourselves. We've seen this story before. Last year's a big PTSD. Where we got Hoyland and Garnacho and you swap them over, you need things to click. Who says Mbeumo and Cunha work well together? Who says the striker that we might get, whoever that may be, works well with those two, let alone one of them? So again, it's like, can we score those goals? Because when we come against these Burnleys, Fulhams, and whatnot, do you remember the last time we went Fulham? I think, was it a draw? Did we win 1-0? Did we scumbag it? I can't remember, but Hoyland lost the ball 11 or 12 times in 1 half. Surely we can't be seeing that again. Obviously, I don't think Hoyland's going to have any part of this Man United squad next year whatsoever. If he can't get a sell from, I already said it before, I think he goes out on loan. That's the biggest difference, isn't it? A striker that can actually do more than what Hoyland can provide. I don't see Fulham doing up a madness on their squad, getting absolute units of players. But we got to be going to them games, thinking that we're going to go win like 2-3-0 rather than scraping a 1-0 win. I'm tired of having crap games against them, scruffy games. And that's that. I want to see what happens with Arsenal. Are we going to play a little bit more expansive? Are they going to have more of the ball? Are United going to have to play a little bit more of a counter-attack, play a little bit more reserved? Because last time we played against Arsenal, I think, was it Declan Rice that... Did they beat us at Old Trafford, or did we lose? I can't remember. When they came to Old Trafford, I remember Declan Rice scoring. Let me check that. I always get confused if they beat us. I think they did, didn't? Did they? Because I remember they beat us 2-1 at their gaff. And that was... No, was it 2-1 or was it 3-2? Let me have a little check. Head to head. Let's see this. Is it going to allow me to do it? Can someone remind me in the chat? 1-1. Were we 1-0 up as well? We played all right that game. We should have won in it. Bruno free kick. Oh yeah, it was the Bruno free kick. Yeah, we lost 2-0 to them. So yeah, no, we played quite well against them. But it's like, can we? I just don't know if it's not going to be replicated. It's just that we just need better finishers. I always say it, when you deep it with United, when it comes to big chances and the amount that we have missed, even in last season, the amount we missed is flipping disgusting, ridiculous even. Like, as you see Garnacho go in and goal, or there could be an easy decision to put the ball across the box, or Højlund just losing the ball every 10 seconds when he goes into his feet. It's just, I don't expect that. That's why I've got a bit more belief than the next person, because I expect a whole new front three, let alone, just a full fit 11. That's why I'm kind of like, surely United have a bit more something about them. Like this Arsenal team, I don't know how much it's dramatically going to change. It doesn't need major rebuffs, but having Havertz back for them is going to be key, Zubimendi, we'll see how he adapts to the Premier League as well. That's probably a key factor, is the fact that he's coming to the Premier League and his first game could be against Man United. They might not even have a Thomas Partey, who usually has a good game against United. Last time Zubimendi came to Old Trafford, he had an absolute howler. Could work in favour. It's Declan Rice is the one I'm worried about. See, this is when it always pinpoints back down to the midfield. Because we have to link this back to transfers, no matter what. Declan Rice runs through our midfield like butter, because nobody can keep up with him. That's why whoever we get in this midfield target, whether it's Richard Rios, who we linked to yesterday, don't know how much we can look into that, or maybe it's a Douglas Luiz, someone needs to be able to keep up with this man. Declan Rice always has good games against Manchester United. And that's what pisses me off. A lot. What are we saying in the comments? I'm going to get some of your comments in there as well. What the likes are? I haven't even checked that yet. I say that it's because I'm not even prepared. All right, if Rashford was there last year, earnest them. I don't know what that means. Richard Rios would not be a terrible, nice little 20 million. I agree. You know what? I can see United kind of dipping into maybe the young market, like the Hayden Hackney, who I wouldn't disagree with at all. I think he'd be a good pickup, but it's like you need to pick him up with another one. If you get rid of two midfielders, obviously there's space because Eriksen's left, but there needs to be another midfielder that leaves if you want to get two midfielders. And that's just the way I'm kind of looking at it. And I don't know how it's going to work because we're not even shifting anyone as of yet. But we do have squad space for sure. Rice and Zubi midfield, long day. It's a good combination, man. I mean, it might take us some sort of adaptation period, but he could hit the ground running. It is Arsenal, slotting in with great players. You're going to more than likely play well. Yeah, it's a good combination as well. And obviously, I think Ødegaard's got a bit to prove. Douglas Luiz loan. Yeah, of course. I want to see what you lot are thinking about these fixtures. Any of you, United have the better squad and depth than Arsenal. What? No, you're trolling, isn't it? How much is Amram realistic going to change in a couple of games of the pre-season? I think it's just all personnel, I'm actually convinced the personnel is what United's obviously lacking. Because it is situations where you go into, like, let's say Brentford, right? Or I think it was 4-3. We went 1-0 up. Who put in Mason Mount? I think he might have scored. Or was he the one that... Anyway, it's not the point. It's like you look at the personnel and it's like getting through these games. As much as the defense was a bit more makeshift, and I expect the defense to kind of stay the same, Euro being fit, blah, 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 blah. You've got to account for how much we just don't control. And it's the players that we have into like Garnacho. That's why I've got a bit more belief maybe than some of you guys. It's just simple things. Holding up the ball, like, that relieves pressure away from the defense. If you keep losing the ball, like your Garnacho and Mason Mount, even though he's a little bit better, or whoever you might pick other than Xerxes, because Xerxes is quite good at holding up the ball out of any midfielder that we've got. Bruno loses the ball quite a lot if he plays in the 10. That instantaneously, like, we've got a counter-attack going up against us. And obviously, a lot of the Premier League teams love to play counter-attack. The counter, basically. And that's what I'd expect United to be a lot more better at. You know, when you got in Boomer and Cunha who can hold up the ball, right? For me, and a striker that might be good at hold up, aka maybe Gyökeres, quite a good hold up player, decent at that, not the best. Maybe Ekatike, maybe Xerxes plays up front. I expect United to like alleviate a lot of the pressure. And that's what makes me think against Arsenal, you know, one thing that Zubimendi isn't is strong. So if you can kind of get in and around that and take him out of the game, it could solve a lot of United's problems in that game. But Arteta likes to experiment. They still got Saka, hard worker. They still got Declan Rice, Erdegaard, hard workers. Arsenal press is so good. And that's probably where you look at United and say, cool, Arsenal might even allow United to have the ball. And that might suit them. Because last year, they didn't mind other teams having the ball because, you know, they'll just go counter and that's that. And when they end up getting Benjamin Sesko, right, he's going to love that. So that's why when it comes to the technical flooring, when you do get pressed, as Amram got like, this is where I'm kind of confused with him sometimes. It's like, do you have the plan to, you know, ease us out or ease our way out of that kind of press, you know? Because more time, when you look at Sporting, they had all these technical players and we don't. You can't change that overnight. You can change a lot of it, obviously, in one summer, but it's like whenever United get pressed, we just boot the ball long or we just give it away. And that's what I'm tired of. It's just crap like that. So just, I want to know what the plan will be for next season. Is it just the personnel or is it a little bit more of like, okay, this player's got a bit more IQ. This is how we're going to set up because the players have got, the players that we do have now are a lot more smarter than what we had before because they couldn't do it because they don't have the body. It's just, it's a little bit confusing. So it's squeaky bum time already from the get-go. No, I wouldn't. I'll say Xerxes more of a false nine for me. I think Ekatike likes doing the channels. I mean, don't get me wrong, he links up play quite a lot. And I'm not going to sit here and act like I've seen loads of Frankfurt, but a lot of you should have probably watched Frankfurt. You know, in Europe, especially in Europe as well. Europa League, if you caught any of those games, if you catch some of the bigger Bundesliga games as well, you would have seen Marmoush's name alone with Ekatike probably makes you want to go watch Frankfurt, right? You see that there's this player that's banging in goals, you just automatically go and watch them when on a TV or on your iPads or something. And from what I can see, he just likes to do the channels. He links up play well, but he gets in the box, but he likes to shoot a lot. So yeah, and it's convert. My whole thing with Ekatike is more of his conversion. Everything else is solid, but his conversion needs to be up there, man. When you're scoring 14 goals out of 100 shots, that's worse than Semenyo. Big up Yusuf. I'm good, man. It's pretty warm, so coping at the moment, sweating in a chair. I'm not worried about Arsenal. It's this manager I'm worried about. Arsenal are rubbish. Yeah, but they're defensively solid though, man. They still got Timber. Remember, this is going into a game where Arsenal are fresh fit as well. Do you know what I mean? Like they're gonna have fully fit players more than likely. You know, I don't expect you can expect injuries sometimes, right? So you never know. But Timbers, you know, all of that, they're gonna be fresh. You know, Arsenal when they're fresh are one of the, if not the hardest team to break down in the league alone. Like having a fresh Gabriel back from injury, like people forget that he was injured for quite a while. You know, having Saliba. You know, Timber, Lewis Skelly's going to have another year, like obviously more experience. It's going to be a difficult game to break down. We can't really say United's going to win now. It's a little bit difficult. I mean, if United can do what they did against Arsenal with that dross of a team, it makes you think, okay, surely with a better team, you should do more damage. But that's not how football works. But anyways, United definitely needs to do this, innit? That's what I'm getting. I'm contemplating as I'm doing a stream along with you lot. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing this as I'm trying to convince myself. I'm trying to think as I'm going along. And it's like, well, hold on. It's only June, innit? We got another, 2 months till that game even happens. Another solid 8 weeks and a pre-season to go. All of that. United really need to get a move on. We done a stream yesterday and I was saying this is getting a little bit too slow. It's getting kind of annoying. Like, who's going out the door? At the moment, it's looking like it might be Jadon Sancho. He's saying, "Oh, yes to Napoli." You know, he's happy to go negotiate. But then there's this whole thing. Oh, Jadon Sancho's not willing to take a pay cut. And what I don't understand with all of this is with Jadon Sancho. If I move on from the fixtures a little bit, because I'll go back to the fixtures. I'll talk about it. But this whole Jadon Sancho saga I think it's not going to end pretty. Not for United, anyways. It really isn't. You know, don't get me wrong. United asking for 25 million, great, amazing. But with the whole Jadon Sancho thing, it's like United's going to have to pay him off a certain amount of money so he can take a certain amount of money at. He's got like a year left, so United have to get him off the books. I'm kind of concerned about this because Napoli don't like to pay big wages. I mean, Osman leaving gives them a player big wages, and if Sancho's not willing to take a pay cut, he's just happy to rot on the bench for a year until he's gone on a free. I don't see the deal happening. But why would you approach that if you wasn't convinced that Sancho wasn't going to be able to get his money? Maybe there's going to be like heavy incentives. I don't know. I don't know with that whole saga. Again, with Garnacho, no news again. It's kind of pissing me off. How much time are we going to have to wait until we see someone's going to get sold? July? If someone leaves now, it gives you a little bit more hope that a lot of these other sales will just it'll basically be a butterfly effect a little bit or rolling effect. No, I don't know, man. It's just United. It's just a piss take. I don't care about the Mbumo deal. I don't even actually care about United. When it comes to actually buying players, I'm not actually worried about United buying players. It's just the sales part. The sales part will always have that thing at the back of our minds. Can we go and get rid of A, B, and C so we can go get A, B, and C? I'm pretty sure we can. 25 million for Sancho as well. I mean, you didn't get that fee off of Chelsea. You got a 5 million fee. I think you're going to have to be a little bit more realistic. Someone's got a year left and he's a one-to-way player. He's gulagged. Surely you just make up a deal and say, you know what, 20 million. And you know what? If he's on was he on like 11 million a year? Might have to just do what the Wan-Bissaka thing done. Just pay him 5 million off half his contract so he can take a pay cut and go Napoli or somewhere else in the world. Just not here. Rubbish. Just get rid. He's going to have to go on the cheap. Yeah, but it's already been reported by Sky Sports and many other outlets as well. That's saying that he's not wanting to take a pay cut. He wants his money. And then his whole Saudi approach. Again, it's even a Saudi approach. Surely, if Saudi really want a player, they go and get him pretty much straight away. You see them into like advanced negotiations. I don't really see that with Sancho at the moment. I got a feeling he doesn't want to go over to Dubai. Maybe he thinks he can still be one of Europe's elites, but I just don't think he can. I don't think Saudi's going to happen for him. But if he wants the money, I mean, why not go over there for 2 years then? Go do your thing, right? No, Dortmund want him as well, but it's just, again, his beloved club Dortmund, he don't want to take a pay cut for them either. I don't know how credible that is, but boy, this is nothing going on. It's like today's so dry. If it wasn't talking about flipping, what's it called? These fixtures, we got who got enough fixtures other than Arsenal, right? I don't even know. He doesn't even say why. I don't even know why he's got the results up. Arsenal, blah 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 blah. Man City, Burnley, and that. This would be a dry day, isn't it? We need sales. Cash, Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony aren't sold by preseason. I'll be fuming. Well, I saw a report again today saying that he's pretty much told Man United, Amrim, that these lot best not be reporting to preseason. They're not involved. So he's kind of just forcing them out of the club. Cass, would you take a pay cut? I mean, it's a little bit difficult to say, innit? People change with money, innit? Even for yourselves, you never know. You probably tell say, no, I want to pay for the best. But, if you're taking like a 50 grand pay cut, it's like, I don't think many people would want to take pay cuts. Maybe if you have money, you might look at it a little bit differently. If you're going from like 250 grand and you're at a place that you're unhappy and you can go to a place where you actually want to be, I mean, yeah, maybe, probably would do. I just don't know how hefty the pay cut someone's willing to take, because 100,000 pay cut, like, come on, if he could even agree that with Chelsea, then I don't know where he's going to agree that elsewhere. Going from taking off 100 grand out of your wages is absolutely insane, and like you can't really blame him. That's what United gave him. So yeah, I didn't bash him for not wanting to take a pay cut. I'm saying if he wants money, then go over to what's it called, isn't it? Go over to Saudi. They'll give you your money and more, and it's untaxed. He's not going to take 100k per week. That's why I said United might have to pay him off. United should pay him off. If United can get rid of him for 25 million, then that 5 million you got from Chelsea, give it to him. Pay off half your contract and then let him go take whatever, that technically is the end of your contract. You're not going to get paid more money anyways. It might just have to be that. So you just get off the books. Because it's all about your PSR. It's all about the PSR. He's an unserious player for sure. I'm pretty sure he won't play another game if he stays. If he cares about his career, he'll leave. The issue with United, if I'm correct, I think Wolfie's in it as well, so he might be able to confirm, or some of you lot might be able to confirm. If a player's on their last year of their contract and they go out on loan, does it not extend their contract by like another year? Because you can't just loan them out and then they go on a free, right? Am I correct about that? Does it not extend? Because that's what's happened with Osimhen. I think Napoli can give him 100k per week with Osimhen going and Cavascheda, even though he was on a load of money. I think they can afford it. I think they'll be prepared to give him something like 150 max, and that's a stretch. Or maybe it could be like 100k per week with like lots of bonuses that he can get. Big up the likes. What likes are we on? We're on 93 likes. If we can smash the like button, that would be sick. And if anyone wants to join the Discord, we could do with way more United fans and active users at that as well. So if anyone wants to do that, can you put it in the chat? I might be able to do it now, to be fair. I think I've got it here. Yeah, I've got it loaded up. There's loads of us in there, by the way. I'll post it. There we go. There we go. Nothing like that, Cass. Where have you got that from? What are you on about? You have to be more specific. There we go. No one wants Sancho for 20 million. He's always been overrated. That's player who look good doing nothing. That's true. Do you think United go big for the midfield next year? I think so. It depends on the plan. It all kind of comes down to the planning. If you go get your pieces up front, I think the next focus will pretty much be the midfield. It has to be, right? United still need to get a midfielder now, but the next year, I got a feeling next year we're going to target Adam Wharton, innit? Especially if United do well this season coming up, then United need to be going to get more, I don't know, let's say an English core or British core or homegrown core needs to be involved. We saw that before, if you remember, when United's whole outlook was, do you remember when Ineos first came and they said they're going to look for like more British players? I got a feeling we end up, if Branthwaite doesn't move, I reckon we end up trying to go get Branthwaite. I just know this club, like, it's kind of obvious. I wouldn't want Belabor. I don't want Belabor because every time look at AFCON. Have you not seen? I think Alice did it. Alice did it on her stream. Like our key players, Mbumo and Ahmad. Like obviously, Mbumo hasn't signed, but I believe he's going to sign. So hypothetically, if he's there, and then let's say Annan is our first team goalkeeper, if they go far, even if they don't go far, they're going to miss Aston Villa away, which is a difficult game in itself. And then you're going to miss a few other games. But then there's two other fixtures. One was Manchester City. And I think the other one might have been Chelsea. So missing out on those three fixtures, like, I mean, especially those three, but you're going to miss potentially up to 6 fixtures. It's a bit mental, isn't it? It's like, oh, imagine that could be like a defining part of your season where, okay, we've got the low back at wing back. You're playing, I don't know, whoever else in the 10, because you ain't got Ahmad. So it could be Xerxes, it could be anyone, it could be Kobe Mainu. And we need to see if Kobe Mainu is going to be up to scratch. And then you look in goals, like, I can't be looking at Biyinde. Nothing, dear old me, mate. What do you mean? Can United afford 100 million for Wharton Cast? No troll. I think, again, it all depends on the seasons. If Palace end up having a poor season, and they're not a selling club, it sounds mad to say that about Palace because of the size of the club, but they're not a selling club. They're really not. They're not inclined to give their players up for a low fee. They were asking for something like 65, 70 million for Gay. I think he's on 1 year left, so I'm pretty sure he's going to move anyways. But for Wharton, I can't really see him going for anything less than probably 85 million, 80 million, something like that. I think they'd request that. It's going to be a hefty price, but I think United's going to have to pay it. And I don't mind it at the moment. United need to make some sort of quality addition. If you want to go get the quality that you want, that's Premier League proven, then you're going to have to go pay the price. It's simple as that. But if United have another awful season, come on, that you might as well kiss that goodbye. What do you think of Manu Kone? That's the guy I've been screaming for like the last 2 years. I think he's immense, but he's just signed for Roma, so that's not a good look. Where do you not think, how many points do you think United can get realistically? If United get the targets they want to get this summer, where do you think United would end up being after the first 6 fixtures? Be honest as well. If you support United, Because right now, it's too difficult to say. But if United go and get the targets that they want, let's say you got a Gyökeres up front with these two brand new additions. I mean, I think we can go smash them all. I'm being dead serious. If you give me a brand new attack, I'm smashing all of you. I'm not lying. You go and get me a brand new attack on my midfielder, and let alone a goalkeeper. I'm smashing with one game a week. I'm sorry, but these first 6 fixtures, I'm happy to play counter attack against Man City in it and have Gyökeres ball like I'm not even joking. Just have it run at your defense. Don't mind it. Smashing you, man. The only game that might be a little bit more difficult is maybe is it Chelsea that we got? Maybe I think is it Chelsea? I don't know. City looks serious. That would be the most difficult one. But if United play counter attack against City and have like 3 players that got absolute blistering pace and an Ahmad, Dorgu, I don't know about that one, but we'll see. I mean, you can't really say no. I am just saying, we beat him with Vanana in net last time. I'm just saying. You don't want to play a high line for life? I mean, don't mind me. Don't mind me. I mean, I've seen the Gyökeres ragdoll them once. I'll do it again. Yeah, bring it on, man. You think 1 month is just enough to improve the squad? I mean, it's 2 months, but we'll see. It depends on the signings. If we ain't got no signings, then you might as well just say, oh, this is dog shit, innit? I mean, also remember, Man City might be tired. They could be tired. I mean, they got Club World Cup. We'll see how they typically start quite slow, but we got them after the break, so they would have a bit of a break. Or maybe they don't. You know, maybe they have to go straight to international duty, and then it might be United's favour. Don't know. Who do you think? I can't really say that yet at the moment. It's a bit too early. I want to see whatever. Let me see the signings first, and then I'll make up my mind. Yeah, everyone has 1 game a week to start. Yeah, they do. Of course they do. But it's like the teams like Chelsea and Man City, who are in the Club World Cup. It could work in. You know what? It could work in our favour. Did you do that last time, Julian? Because I don't remember that. Last time I remember it, they actually had me beat you 2-1. I remember that one. Do you remember that one? No, we're not going to get 4 new 11. No, of course not. 9th, 7th. I mean, 10 at best. I mean points. How many points can we get? I don't know, man. We'll see. But it's dry at the moment. Who's live? Let's go raid someone. Let's go raid someone. Big 6 Monts. Let's go raid Monts. There's loads of us in here. If anyone has smashed the likes, please do so. And if not, let's go raid Monts. Just write NAF raid. In a bit.